Welcome to the Sassy Biker Sister podcast. I'm your hostess, Erin Bailey. We will be hearing from some amazing lady bikers around the United States and beyond. Whether you have ridden, hope to ride soon, or currently ride motorcycles, front, back, or sidecar, this podcast is a can't miss. We will share some of the best roads, destinations, tips, and laughs as we chat with our Sassy Biker Sisters.
Hey, Sassy Biker Sisters. Today I talk with Brittney Eaves from Vidor, Texas. We talk about her books, her club life, the upcoming Ladies in Leather rally in Beaumont, Texas, and a whole lot more. You won't want to miss this. There's some spots that I haven't edited out. So Brittney, tell me about your bike.
Which one? I have a few of them, but my favorite one is my Fat Bob. It's a 2013. She's the Dyna series. Well, I say she. He's actually a he. His name is Monster. I got a whole bunch of Harley Quinn and Joker stickers all over him. It says Daddy's Little Monster on the back. I got him, 2 years ago now? Yeah, 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Before that, I still have my first Sportster. I actually wrote about it in my book. It's one of my main characters. It's Seafoam Green. It's just a little 883. We have a Ninja Z6XR. Huh? That's one I'm fixing to get ready for the track because I'm eventually going to get where I'm teaching people to do track days. Let's see, we got the Shadow. I got a 99 Shadow, which Buddy's fixing to buy from me. I bought my daughter a 93 Virago. This little bike is so cute. It sounds like a lawnmower. Love it. We just got rid of the Ultra Classic. Am I miss? Oh, well, his bike. I steal it sometimes. He's got a 2019 Fat Bob, and it's got the 114 in it. And girl, let me tell you, that bike has way too much torque for what it is. It is a monster. I love it, but that's his bike, so I have to wait for him to get sick of it before I can take over.
Does it have a name?
Did you ever name your bike? No? I guess not.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, it's number 2. So.
So it is the second one of its kind.
It's thing 1 and thing 2.
So yeah, that would be a good name for it. Thing 2. So he actually wrecked his other. He had one just like it, and he wrecked it. Then he was like, "Babe, I have to have my bike back." So we went on this huge mission of finding this bike, and of course, the only place in Texas that had that bike had 5 of them, and we paid way more for it used than we did when it was brand new. So
wow,
thank you, inflation. Makes everybody's day. But
tell me why you ride.
Oh my God, there's this peace, this serenity you feel. It's like you can have all these stresses in life, and it can be the biggest despair. And the moment I get on my bike, it all just washes off. Nothing but you and the road, the noise, that white noise that it's so euphoric. For me anyway. I hope it's like that for everybody else. For me, I just like the cruise. I just want to lose myself in nothing. And that's what it gives me. A serenity.
Now, when did you start riding?
Wow, birth. My grandparents and my dad. I was on the back of the bike. Like, God, I can't even tell you. I was probably an infant, and my dad was putting me on the bike. He gave me my first little mini bike whenever I was little. So, I mean, I can't really tell you when I started riding. I really don't remember. I just know I've always been on it. I rode motocross whenever I was a teenager. I lived over in the Dallas area, right down the road from a dirt track, and I tore it up every day. Every day I was on that dirt track. Loved it.
Very cool.
It's been a while since I've been on one. I need to go. I keep talking about getting me an enduro and doing some off-roading, but I haven't gotten there yet.
A lot of the girls that I talk to are looking towards that.
Oh yeah, well I'm eventually going to buy the new Pan America. It is in my to-do list. My mentor Anthony, who's a fellow rider coach, he was the one who kind of mentored me through everything for getting certified. He has the Pan America, and like every time I see him riding it, I'm like, oh,
that's a good goal. I like that.
Yeah, it is. Hey girl, I done bought me a 42-foot camper. Like as soon as my kids are graduated, I'm hitting the road. Like I'm gonna go teach people to ride all across the country.
Oh, good for you.
That's my goal.
Yeah, awesome. That sounds great. Okay, well, let's talk about teaching. So where are you teaching right now?
Currently, I teach at Cowboy Harley here in Beaumont. Everybody will see me at the rally, all you ladies in leather. I will be hopefully hosting the Riding Academy that day, or that weekend. I'm starting to put together, I kind of did a little forum on the Ladies in Leather page on what would you like to see more of. And the answers were astonishing. I really didn't think I'd get the answers I got. Well, whenever I first put the post up, I was talking to the lady who helped me start doing the rider coach thing. Her name's Carrie. I called her and I was like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Like I'm thinking I'm going to do quick stops and, taking a tight corner and a curve, all these things that I know are so detrimental whenever we're teaching new people, The things they wanted to learn were like, they wanted to do the U-turns again, which granted does kick everybody's butt whenever we do class. But as far as if I were to put it on a importance level, U-turns would be down here. You need to learn to stop safely and effectively. That has like always been like my big thing with my students. Learn to control that stop because it'll save your life. Know how to stop your bike. And everybody was giving me different answers. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Because a lot of them are new and a lot of them are experienced, but everybody pretty much wanted to do the slow maneuvers. But it ain't slow maneuvers that saves your life.
No, that's true. But it is slow maneuvers that wins one of those games at Ladies in Leather.
That is true. That's how I get people to do my clutch control lane. I'm like, hey, you want to start winning the rally games? Nail this. Definitely.
Those games are fun.
I so much enjoy myself every time I go. Like you can ask my husband, I take off a full week of work. I save my PTO every year just to do that. You will meet so many sisters, and I say sisters so wholeheartedly. You can meet a complete stranger at that rally, and you will feel like you've known them your whole life. It's amazing. You won't find that at any other rally. It's just that one.
Well, we went to the last one. So I had the podcast at the last one, and it was amazing, the women that I met, and that, even the ones that wouldn't come on camera and wouldn't really, do the interview, they still sat and talked to me for a while. And it's really cool to hear everybody's story and why they ride. And, it's a sisterhood. I think it's fantastic.
With it. Cool answers off that.
Yeah. Yep, we did.
Hi to my husband, who couldn't be here because he had to be responsible and work. All of my students from the Cowboy Harley family, super proud of every one of y'all. And I hope my ladies that come through my class make it out to the rally next year.
It was a lot of fun, and we'll do it again this year. So I'll be in Beaumont. I'm excited.
Awesome.
My sister lives in Austin, so it's a good reason for me to go around that side and spend, a week or so with her and then come over to Beaumont. I'm excited.
Yeah, them coming to Beaumont this year was kind of bittersweet. I always look forward to that ride because I have a whole group of ladies that I ride with. I have ridden with almost every year. At first we were like, dang, like we won't get to do the ride. We always plan it. Like we're going to stop here. We're going to do this. Like on the way to Arkansas, we were talking about, hey, let's stop and see the overlooks. You can go up in them towers and look around at the different vistas. We won't get to do all that this year, but I was like, you know what, though? I get to do something in my dealership that I probably wouldn't get to do otherwise, unless I left my bike at home. And I don't want to do that. I love my bike. So it was a bittersweet thing, them coming here this year.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that they move it around, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Arkansas, that one probably took the cake. I had so much fun in Arkansas. It was great.
I know that you are a wearer of many hats. So you not only do you teach riding, but you're also a nurse.
Yeah. Well, I'm a medical assistant. I'm not like a nurse, but pretty much do all the same stuff. So
that keeps you very busy, I'm sure.
Oh, Monday through Friday. Yeah. They try to get me to work on the weekends, and I'm like, sorry, I'm out in the heat or in the cold on the weekends. Can't do it. So, but I have a pretty good job. They've been really good to me over the years.
Good. That's nice. It's good to have a good employer.
They understand my need to go to my rallies.
There you go. They're probably, once you get close, they're probably like, no, go.
My patients love my bike. They love it when I ride my bike to work.
Aww.
And they're like, ooh, I see you rode your bike today. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you ready to come take a class,
So who do you teach to? You teach beginners, advanced? Tell me about your classes.
Man, I get so many different people that come through my class. I've had club members come through class of all kinds of different clubs. I've had firefighters, police officers. I've had little old ladies that like to tell me that it's their bucket list, and that makes me so nervous. Oh my God, I hate it whenever they use that phrase. I don't know why. They can tell me anything else, but when they use the term, "Oh, this is my bucket list," I'm like, crap, I'm going to be the one to ruin their bucket list, if they don't make it. It's horrible. But I haven't had any of those ladies or gentlemen for that matter fail though. So
Good.
I mean, I guess it's not a complete curse. I just always am scared of that day where I'm like, you got to go home. You didn't make it.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty good so far. I've had
Great.
a pretty good run.
What's your biggest advice to people?
Man, if you come take class at any class, the hardest thing people have, especially new riders, is keep your bars straight.
Mm.
Oh man, that is like the most difficult thing. Keep the bar straight and look at where you're going. People want to look down, and if you look down, you go down. That's what I tell them. You look down, you go down. You look where you go. Man, keeping the bar straight, that's what gets them almost every time. Just about 99.8% of people that come through my class and fail, it's because they won't straighten their bars before stopping. It's hard to get people to, especially people who are used to cars,
Yeah.
They think that brake is their lifeline, and it's not on your bike at all. Like, you've got to learn how to ride that bike without the brake being your first thought. A lot of times your clutch is going to save you.
That's
A
true.
lot of times it's going to be making a plan of how to get away from something, learning when to swerve and separate your braking. You never do the two together. There's so many factors that go into it. And it's just a lot for people to take in when they take class. It's a lot of information being thrown at once, and they are not going to retain it. That's why I always tell people that come in and are learning the rider coach, I'm like, don't over talk.
Mhm.
The worst thing you can do is talk somebody to death, because they hear like 20% of what you say.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Let them figure it out. You only got to tell them once. They heard you. So I don't do a whole lot of talking whenever I do class. I like to sit back, observe, and if I see something getting a little too constant, I'll go correct it. Let people learn from what they're going to figure it out eventually. Like, okay, I keep tipping the bike over when I have my bars turned. The fix, straighten your bars.
Right. Well, I think you're right about the go-to for the brake, because in a car, that's kind of what we do, right? If there's an issue, you stop, but not always on the bike. There's a lot of times where you roll that throttle a little bit more,
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
And then you got the people that panic throttle, they just kind of panic grab, and there's like,
Yeah.
and they freak themselves out. So, oh yeah. So, we're not allowed to say whiskey throttling in rider coach terms. Yeah. just like it's not a kickstand. We're not allowed to say these things.
What do you call it?
It is a side stand.
A
The
side
kickstand
stand.
is that center stand that's underneath like gold wings and stuff like that. So there's a
Okay.
difference. Oh yeah,
Right.
they're picky whenever you go through rider coach school. Let me tell you.
A side stand.
If you say grab it one time, like, they kick you out of class. Oh yeah, it is so crazy strict.
Wow.
Like I actually went through school, and a lot of ladies through Ladies of Leather know Gypsy. Me and her went through that whole thing together, man. We were each other's backbones. And we had to learn real fast what to say and what not to say, because you say it wrong, they get you.
I guess so.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your other side hustle. One of them. Tell me about this book.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, this is my book. I'm the one who took the picture. I named it, everything. I did all the work on this. This was not published.
Beautiful.
I did it myself. This is probably one of the most proudest things I have written or ever done, really. I worked really hard on this. This took a few years, and it became my biggest baby. A lot of these stories in here are from true events that I've kind of altered and changed a little, from stories growing up. I was raised around club life, and I was raised around some bad club life at some points. So I've seen the good and the bad of it. And this is a story that just kind of, it was everything tied into one. It was my grandparents' story. It was my aunt and uncle's stories. It was stories I heard, just growing up. And whenever I met my husband, people in his club and people in my club, I put a whole lot of stories that just touched me one way or another, and I threw it into a book. And you'll see a lot of me in this book. I talk about teaching people to ride, and first love and first wind. That first wind you get when you learn to ride. I talk about it in these books, and this is my first one. I actually have 2 books now. They're both on Amazon. It is not for children. It is not for the 18 up. Okay, y'all, don't read it to your kids. Save it for when they get older.
So the main character, Danny, tell me about her.
Well, so my reviews on Amazon are kind of funny. One lady described her as a club princess, and I guess in some ways she is. She was raised like me. She was raised around the structure. My dad and her dad in the book are the same person. Daryl, that was my daddy's name. Her grandfather in that book, that's what everybody called my grandfather, was Lurch, and I called him Doc. So those are true elements I threw in there, just because it really made my heart happy. So I kept it in there. Danny in the book, she sneaks away for a weekend with her best friend, goes to this rally that they never got to go to before because it's out of her daddy's territory. Has happened before growing up, just wasn't that far away. I got in trouble when I was younger for going somewhere I wasn't supposed to. So that's kind of where that inspiration came from. And while she's there, she meets this charming man who just can't keep his eyes off of her. The same thing we all want, to be the center of that man's attention and, just be his whole world. That's, every little girl grows up dreaming about being that for somebody, and somebody being that for them,
Sure.
It being a two-way street.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of heartache in the story. There's a lot of happiness. It kind of gives you a lot of up and down, just like life does. We go up, we go down, we figure it out, we move on. That's what that book is. It's love and motorcycles.
That's great. That'd be another good title.
Now, my second book, warning onto that one, it didn't turn out as beautiful as the first one. I wrote that book after a lady that I call an aunt, and she's my grandparents' club. She was married to a club member of my grandparents' club, and I was there whenever they brought her home, and we put clothes on her. She was a victim of sex trafficking, which is in these books. What a big part of it. And I remember the day they brought those girls home, and they told us to clean out our closets and put whatever we could on them.
Oh.
So book 2 touches on that a lot, and it's mainly a wake-up call. I've run across quite a few women in the past couple of years, especially now that I'm actually hanging out with girls, which is a new one for me because I never really did. A lot of girls are very naive about the stuff that happens in this world, and watch your back, watch your sister's back. So that book 2 is not as pretty as book 1 is. So I don't think a lot of people were prepared for that. They thought it was going to be another completely wholesome book, and it really turned into a dark story, but it still has a good ending. It's a little shocking how I went that way. I didn't intend it that way at all. It's just how it wrote itself. I don't write books like I guess a normal person does. I just sit there, and whatever comes to me, I make a chapter out of it, and then I piece the chapters together.
That's how I do the podcast. It's just kind of, whatever comes up.
Inspiration hits.
Yeah, whatever comes up. Well, okay. So tell me where we can find the books.
Amazon. It's all on Amazon. If you the book series name is Rebels Legion MC, book 1, Together We Ride. The second one is Together Damaged, appropriately named. You can look them up by the title name or by the series name. It should pop up either way. Or you can just look it up by my name, Brittney Eaves.
Okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, we'll put links out there and hopefully get you some sales.
I didn't really write it for the money. I had that story in my head for years, and I never thought I'd write a book. I was horrible at writing in school. Okay.
You did.
But it came out great. It started as something to pass the time, and it turned into something I'm really proud of.
You should be. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Before we go any further, let's meet your sidekick or your partner in crime over there.
Come here, trouble. Oh, Lord.
Please introduce the man in your bed.
Yes. Oh, this is the husband.
Hello,
This
husband.
is Joker. This is my not, I guess, significant other.
Yes. Your yes significant other. Not.
So Joker, one word, how does writing describe the way you feel?
Oh, this should be interesting.
Freedom.
All right. And Brittney, you?
Serenity.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, because I can get away from everything.
Physically and mentally, right?
Excellent. How long
Oh,
have you been riding, Joker?
20 plus years.
What was
he's
your
way
first?
older than I am.
Yeah.
You won't tell. What was your first bike?
It was a Suzuki GS 500E, and it did not belong to me.
I don't think you're supposed to say that on camera.
Maybe we
I
should cut
borrowed
that
it
part.
without asking.
He was a bad boy when he was younger, okay, before he met me. Yeah,
Can I
our
put that out
meeting.
there? Or should I
Huh?
cut that?
Is that one you got caught on?
No.
Okay, don't put that one out there.
I won't put that out there.
Well, the statute of limitations is
Past?
way
Okay, well-
past
Oh,
by
okay,
now.
good.
You know, through everything that I have done, he has been like my biggest supporter, like all day. Anytime I have some crazy idea of some new thing I want to do, he's like, go do it, babe. Like I have such a huge list of like random side hustles I've done over the years. And every time he's like, well, let's go get what you need. You know, he's been the best. I'm super thankful for that.
That's awesome.
Like I thought he was gonna be kind of weird about me going into my own club too, and he was super supportive. He took me through my whole prospecting and everything, and like it's super awesome. Oh,
That's great. So tell me about your club.
my club is the Wolfpack MFPC. It's a motorcycle family protection club. We're a lot like BACA.
Mhm.
We do a lot of the same similar stuff. The only difference is I guess we're not quite as well known. We are international. We do have a Dublin chapter. We got quite a
Okay.
few chapters all across the United States. International president and vice president, they are a husband and wife team. They started this years ago. And whenever I first got into it, I just loved what they were about. They go and help these children. They go and help women, but even more importantly, they help men too. They don't just stick with helping the kids.
Sure.
If somebody calls us and is getting beat up by their wife, we'll go help them get out.
That's great.
I love their cause, and I jumped all over it whenever I first got in. And I'm the
Awesome.
secretary now. They've been super welcoming. I've learned a whole lot from them. They're a true family atmosphere, and that's something I really wanted. We have a junior members program. My kids love that. They earn their patches with good grades and good deeds, and it really makes my kids really think about their actions and what they're doing before they do them.
That is awesome.
It really is.
That's
It is a
very
great
cool. Yeah.
program. It is awesome.
The whole family can participate. I think that's great that the
Yes.
kids have something that
And
they can do.
my husband's club does a lot of stuff with my club too. So a lot of times we all get to go to the same events. We go to the same fundraisers. So it's still a family thing. We're very close with each other. We have many chapters, and my husband's in a totally different club. Like our clubs are friendly, but we're not together. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it's been tricky over the years. You know, we've came to the agreement early on that whatever is his club business is his club business, and whatever is mine, and we don't cross the two. Like we don't talk about each other's stuff.
That's good. That's good.
And,
Y'all can do that.
Well, I mean, we really had to talk about these things whenever I first started. I mean, it wasn't an issue until like I was like, man, I want to go do this, because I'm the only kid out of all of my siblings that didn't get to do the prospecting thing. I'm the only girl. So like I was always that one who couldn't do it. So whenever
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to, I jumped all over it.
Well, congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
That's awesome. You found each other.
Our lives are just so chaotic, and we got our first grandbaby. So now we got another one. Yeah, it's just there's always so much going on. And back when me and him first met, it was just us. You know?
Yeah.
I do miss that.
You've got a good story. I love it.
Thank you.
All right, back to you riding. So tell me, what is your, we won't call it a bucket list ride, but what is your wish ride?
Oh man. Ireland.
Ooh, I love it.
That is, I want to ride through the castles, and then I want to go from Ireland. I want to go to Romania. I want to ride through the old world. I want to see it without an obstruction. You know, that's one thing that is going to happen one day. Let me tell you, I want to go to Europe. I want to go see everything from the back of a bike. It can't be as beautiful in a car. Like, it's impossible. Like, there's no way you can experience all of that from the back seat of a car or even a front seat. I want it to be wide open.
Yeah. Then you can smell it. You can feel it.
Yes. Like, can you imagine rolling through Ireland in the spring? Oh my God. Just think about how green it is and the wind, and just thinking about it gives me chills. Like, I that is one thing I'm going to do, especially since my club has a Dublin chapter. Like, I am going to go meet them one day.
Fantastic. So do you go to rallies? Have you been to rallies?
Yes. My whole life, girl. Yes. My dad took me to my first poker run when I was, like 6. I was sitting on the back of my dad's bike, and we're going across Minden, Louisiana for their poker run they have every year. And the road is made of bricks. And the ride was like, you know, like, I was like, when is this going to be over? You know, I remember feeling that and like, wow, this sucks. But I had a blast because I'm the one who won the poker run. Like, I had the best hand out of everybody.
Good for you.
I think they lied to me, though. I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure they did, because everybody was like, you won. And I was like, cool, what did I win? And, you know, I didn't win anything, but everybody told me I won. I remember that. I've been strokers. My grandfather's best friend is actually the guy who started it. So I got to grow up going over there a lot whenever I was younger. So I got to see it. Girl, I got to see some stuff.
I guess.
Oh, yes. Oh, I remember the first time I saw a chick naked on the back of a bike. I was little.
I guess she wasn't. Oh, no, you froze right in the middle of the story. Wait. Whoa. I've lost you. Wait. Okay, start over about the girl on the back of the bike. You froze through the whole story.
I lost you too. I think I hear you, though. Honey, tell the kids to get off the internet. I swear, there's like a million different devices in this house.
But then you said naked girl on the back of the bike and everything went haywire.
They were having like the topless races or something. I just remember looking over and just seeing it was an old lady too. That's what threw me off. It wasn't like this hot chick you see in magazines. It was like this girl. I was like, Doc, you know, because that's what I called my grandpa. I was like, Doc, she ain't got no bra on. And he's like, look over there. You know? So it was I've seen some questionable things. You know, I probably shouldn't have seen as a kid, but you know, it makes a good story now.
Yeah, I guess so. So we did the advice. Let's see. I am making noise over here every time I laugh.
Hey, nothing's fell yet though. You did warn me about that.
Shh, don't conjure it. Okay. All right. There we go. I got another. I don't know. Okay.
What's the secret door?
That's
like a little Coraline door.
It is. So this is a friend of mine's house. It was her parents, and this is an entrance to the attic because they did. This is the second story.
Other mother is in there, huh?
I can't tell you about that. It's locked from in here. As long as it's locked from in here, I don't have to worry about anybody coming in. But no, we don't go in that door. Things might fly out of there. It's kind of freaky. And there's another one on the other side of the second floor.
That goes to the mouse circus.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. So we're keeping it real. I'm not going to edit a thing of this. So let's talk about whoopsies. Since you're a teacher, I'm so sure you've seen lots of people have whoopsies, lots of bikes fainted. But what about you? Do you have a whoopsie?
I actually took my mentor's class. He has an advanced class he does. It's like $99 for the class. It's a one-day thing. You ride your own bike. And I went into that. I'm not going to lie, cocky is all get out. I was like, this is going to be boring. I done been doing the rider coach thing for a while. Oh, so I take my bike in this class. There's me and one other guy, and he's on this brand new, it was like a road glide, something like that. And we're doing that. So they're in the advanced class. There's what they call the offset weave, that it gets bigger as you go. Okay. So it's a weave, but the weave gets wider and wider and wider until you're at a 10-foot offset.
Okay.
And I have forward controls on my bike. Didn't think this was going to be an issue. Yeah. Okay. Right. Because I know that I have done all kinds of things on my bike. So like I was pretty confident. Watched the guy go before me. He zigzagged right through it. No problem. I was like, he can do it. I got this. Girl, I made it to the 9-foot, was fixing to go into the 10-foot, and I laid my bike over. I still had the dent in my tank. I refused to go get that fixed. I learned a valuable lesson that day. You are never too good to learn. You're never too good to refresh, because what it taught me was something I did not know beforehand. On that particular bike, I cannot offset off my seat very much. Not as much as I thought I could. Because I'm 5'4" and I've got forward controls. So I can only push and offset on my seat so far to do it. That taught me that. So I was all mad, right? The instructor comes up and he's like, it's okay. If you're not dropping your bike, you're not learning. I'm like, you don't understand. I ain't dropped my bike since I was 16. Like, this is some crap. And he was like, what are you so mad for? And I'm like, well, this dude over here just did it and he just went through your other class. Like, what the heck? And he was like, you want me to tell you a trick? Or, well, a secret. And I was like, I guess. And he was like, his bike did it for him. And I was like, okay, why did it do it for him? And he said, because he's got integrated brakes. You do not. Your bike is an old school bike. It is whatever you do to it is what it does. His bike brakes, whether he hits the front or the rear brake, it uses both. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is starting to make a little more sense. And of course, this guy, he comes up finally and he's all like, I don't understand why you couldn't do it. So, he turned around and laid into him. Yeah. Good. Like, why don't you go get on a classic bike like hers? Yeah. So it did teach me some humbling aspects. And I'm super appreciative of that class, because I probably wouldn't have had that experience to really calm myself down until I went through that. Yeah. Because everything else from there was, done it a billion times. Why not? But that dang offset weave, man. Woo, it whooped my butt.
Well, now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know now. And I've laid it down a few other times trying to master it. I mean, I've really come to the conclusion that is just a limit for me on that bike. I can do it on his bike. I can do it on the Sportster. I can do it on the class bikes. It's just my bike. It's got that forward control is just so far. I can't offset enough. So I figured out a limit, and that's okay.
Yeah, you learn your bike.
I learned my bike, and that's the point of that class. That's why it's called bike bonding.
Anybody you want to say hi to before we wrap it up?
Oh man, all my club members, I was telling them about this already. And I was like, I gotta listen to it when it comes out. Man, my brothers and sisters in the Wolf Pack all across the United States, like I absolutely love y'all. So excited to be a part of what we do. It makes my heart super happy. My best friend Stormy, who's me and her prospected together. Like we said we were gonna do it together, and we did. That girl is my heart. She goes to every Ladies in Leather rally with me. Like, she is just, that is my soul sister. I cannot tell you. Like, we have plans to be old little ladies with our Harleys and little baby cows. So.
I like it.
That's the end goal. All my other sisters that aren't club per se. My girl April, she's also a co-worker. Man, She has the most beautiful bike. It is like royal purple. She's saving it for me though. I'm gonna buy it from her one day. I'm gonna get it one day. Oh, Gina. Oh, my Gina. She's got a trike, and she almost didn't want to ride there for a minute because she didn't pass that first class, and it almost put her off. But you know what? That girl came back and she did it. She's kind of like the mama of the ladies I hang out with. She's got the most experience in the world out of a lot of us. My Darla. Oh, my Darla. That lady right there has been my rock for years. And she's also one of those that comes with us to Ladies in Leather rally. That woman's been through hell and back, and she continues to pull herself up. And I'm so freaking proud of her. I don't know how the heck she does it, but I'm glad she does. Wait, you want me to say hi to you? Okay, I want to say hi to my husband. He's 2 feet from me. He's butt hurt right now. You were part of the interview.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Lord have mercy. It's been a ride, man. And we're still going.
It sounds like you're surrounded by awesome people.
I'm super blessed. I have an awesome support system, if not only just for my club, my husband, and I have some of the best friends on this planet. Like my sisters. Oh God, I cannot tell you, if any of us like are hurting for any reason, we all band together and go like do something together. We all just randomly went out and went bowling the other night, like no reason. We were like, hey, there's a bowling alley over there.
That's fun.
Go bowling. So
Yeah.
we did. I would like to put it out whenever it comes to Wolfpack. If at any point anybody who's listening to this or watching this needs help, know someone who needs help. If you're in a spot where you just don't think you can get out of any situation, man, woman, child, it doesn't matter. We will help you. Reach out to the Wolfpack and we will get you out. We don't involve the law unless it's something you want to do. If you just need somebody to come guard you to go get your stuff and leave, we're the ones that will come and do that. If you need diapers for your grandkid, reach out to the Wolfpack. We have chapters all over the United States. There is somebody in our club who will reach out to you and make sure you got what you need. You can get away from what you need to get away from. Send people to Wolfpack. That's what we do. It's what we love.
Well, thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for making me laugh.
No problem. Don't you tickle my feet while I'm doing this interview.
Oh, do it.
Don't you dare stop it. It's not funny. Eric, you better not.
I'm totally making a blooper reel. I have one.
You know what? I'm the one to make a blooper reel with, because nothing ever goes perfect in my life. There's always some kind of mess up.
That's what editing's all about. But sometimes the best things are the unedited part.
A candid moment, man.
That's right.
Yeah. I think we do
stuff.
pretty good, though. What you think, hon? Mm-hmm.
Thanks again. We'll talk to you
Thank you
soon.
so much.
All right.
It
Have
was
a great night.
Very nice talking to you.
You as well. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to check the show notes for more information, websites, and coupon codes. If you have questions or suggestions, feel free to drop me a DM on Instagram or Facebook at Sassy Biker Sisters. Until next time, stay safe and stay sassy.